something was always off. The things they did were terrifying. They weren't just ordinary cats. They were criminals.
Two cats, bred by an NSDAP loyalist, found their way into an unassuming family in the winter of 2025. It wasn't long before the family began to notice odd behavior from the pair. It seemed as though they were having subtle conversations in a language that could not be interpreted, and it became clear that they had formed some sort of allegiance with the resident serpent. Strange looks precluded even stranger behavior, and the family felt they were being watched at all times. Tragically, although they were beginning to catch on that something was amiss, the family suddenly and brutally met their end. This is their story. In the beginning, Bonnie and Clyde appeared relatively unassuming to their adoptive family, but what used to be seen as normal feline behavior suddenly seemed more sinister. Bonnie, the older and more intelligent of the two, always watched over the family with a steady gaze. At first, they believed it to be endearing, but as time progressed, they realized they no longer had privacy in their own home. The family occasionally caught hushed conversations between the pair, and it seemed as though Bonnie was always trying to hide something. Clyde, on the other hand, was more upfront with his suspicious behavior. He was frequently found in the kitchen, attempting to steal knives, and would often chew on or lick his adoptive family as if he wanted to consume them alive. Attempts to quell his behavior proved unsuccessful. Water was especially ineffective, and Clyde would often use it as a weapon to instill a sense of fear in his human companions. Eventually, the family decided it was time to interrogate their pets, assuming that they could unravel the truth of their strange situation. What they didn't realize was that this incident would trigger the very event that took their lives.
All units be advised that the subject is armed and dangerous. I repeat, armed and dangerous. Suspect has been identified as Clyde, white fur, blue eyes, found eating the bodies of two deceased victims, likely murdered. Left side of the subject, please advise.
Suspect is headed into the tunnels. Dispatch police and Grand Apps to cover the series. We need all the help we can get.
This was footage from last night, when feline criminal Clyde and his accomplice Bonnie escaped into the sewers of Denver. Police are staying quiet on the matter, but say it's only a matter of time before they resurface. Local residents are advised to lock their doors and stay vigilant if they come across any cats matching their description.
You think you know fear. You don't. Not until you see what they can do. I watched your whole battalion fall to two of them. They didn't even stand a chance. We tried everything. Treaties, negotiation, laser pointers as distractions. Nothing worked. They were always one step ahead, so calculated, so merciless. You don't understand. These aren't just cats. These are monsters. They didn't file a work, they started one. In the Geneva Convention, they used it as a scratching post. And now I sleep with one eye open, if I can even sleep at all. Oh God, they found me.
Shortly after this interview, the investigations began to slow down. Every trail ran cold. DNA testing couldn't sufficiently link the cats to their crimes, and there was never enough manpower to search the sewers where they had supposedly retreated. It was as if the two vanished from this world altogether. To this day, Bonnie and Clyde have remained missing, and all we have left is the tales of tragedy and violence in their wake. Many lives were lost to their cruel claws, but the footage of these bizarre events will always be archived in the vast catalog